All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again to another video for you. And in today's video, it's Friday. We know what happens on Fridays, right? We get Tom MacDonald's. So when we get Tom MacDonald's, we react to them. So Friday, Tom, proud to be a problem. Now I see he has his acoustic guitar again. We've been seeing a lot of this lately, and it's always like a nice, relaxing melody that he does with these acoustics. Fantastic. So I am now looking forward to a nice, melodic acoustic guitar and a nice chill song. So let's see if that's what we get or if he's going to flip the script on us. But anyway, this is Tom MacDonald. Proud to be a problem. Let's go.
We've all been hooked on something. Coffee, cocaine, or cigarettes. And we've all been asked to sell our souls for a nicer office and a bigger check. And we've all been at the bottom, had the lights cut off, barely paying rent. And we've all been in love with someone who said they'd stay, but they up and left. And we don't.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I think that's a pretty, we've all experienced those things to some extent, right? We've all have our addictions, whether it's television programs, cocaine, caffeine, nicotine, destructive acts. I mean, whatever it is, too much of anything makes you an addict, right? It could be anything. So we all have our struggles with that kind of stuff. We've all been broke before. I mean, most of us, right? We've all hit a spot where it's like, damn, man, I'm rubbing two nickels together. And we've all had heartbreak. If you've been out there in the world and have talked to humans, you've had your heart broken. All right. So I think these are all things that we can all relate to, that we all go throughout life. All right, let's go, Tom.
All been in love with someone who said they'd stay, but they up and left. And we don't ask for help. We don't cry no tears. We know walking through hell, it can take some years.
Nice.
But we don't blame no one, cause it may be our fault. We may be all the names that we've been called. And maybe we're losers, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve.
Nice. All right, let's go back a little bit. Let me hear this again. A little bit more, I think. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, right here.
They'd stay, but they up and left. And we don't ask for
help.
We don't cry
no tears.
We know walking through hell, it can take some years.
All right, so we're not going to ask for help. We're not going to cry tears. We know that walking through this hell that we're going through, might take a long time. It might take time. We're going to put our heads down and take one step after another. Come on, Tom, let's go.
No tears. We know walking through hell, it can take some years. But we don't blame no one, cause it may be our fault.
Yeah, I'm like, we don't blame no one because it might be our fault. All right, maybe this is our fault. We put ourselves in this situation where, a lot of times, whether directly or indirectly, it is your fault, right? And regardless of whose fault anything is, of why you're in the situation you're in, it doesn't change the situation you're in, right? Because you can assign blame to somebody. Does that make your situation better? More than likely, probably not. So you have to deal with whatever the situation is. So, we're not going to blame people. It might be our fault. And whether it's our fault, somebody else's fault, we need to keep our head down and keep moving to try to get out of this hole. Let's go.
Take some years, but we don't blame no one, cause it may be our fault. We may be all the names that we've been called. And maybe we're losers.
Maybe
we're wrong.
Possibly. Probably not.
Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes, especially considering politics, with how divided everything is. And it's like, you hear from the other side of the aisle and you're like, are you guys living in reality? But then they're over there thinking and saying the same thing about our side of the aisle, whichever side you're on, right? Both sides point at each other like you're crazy, you're not even living in reality. So it's like, what if I have this all wrong? then logic and reason kicks in, and it's like, no, I don't. But, you know, it does like flash in there every now and again. Like, what if we are the bad guys? You know, we're not though. So let's go.
Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not.
Nope.
Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve.
And he absolutely 100% is, man. You know, it's like they had to just kind of give up. They tried, and once they realized, like, man, we can't touch this guy, because he has his own fan base. He's insulated by his fans. He doesn't have anyone over top of him. You know, anything he puts out, he's established this huge fan base already. You know, there's no stopping him. There's no stopping him. There's no way we can stop him from spreading his message, because he set it up in such a way, you know. So he has a problem that politics can't solve, media can't solve, the music industry can't solve. Let's go, Tom.
The way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And we've all been hooked on something. Pills or beer, mobile phones, and we've all done things that we regret to avoid laying alone. And Lord, we've had some...
Hold on. That's a good line right there.
And we've all been hooked on something. Pills or beer, mobile phones, and we've all done things that we regret to avoid laying alone.
We all done things we regret to avoid laying alone. You know, you're out on the town, you know, you've been lonely for a while, and you do some things you might regret, so you don't have to go home to an empty bed again. You won't regret them that night, but more than likely the next morning. Let's go, Tom.
Beer, mobile phones, and we've all done things that we regret to avoid laying alone. And Lord, we've had some bad days, depressed and anxious or drunk and stoned, and we've all had nights when we go to sleep and don't want to live no more. But we don't ask for help.
I mean, Tom, if you're going to bed, hold on. Let me get this right.
Depressed and anxious or drunk and stoned, and we've all had nights when we go to sleep and don't want to live no more.
All right, if you have one night where you go to sleep not wanting to live, it's a one-off thing, fine. If this is happening multiple times to you, where you're like laying in bed, like contemplating whether you want to live anymore or not, at that point, it's okay to ask for help. Please ask for help at that point. You need it. Let's go, man.
We've all had nights when we go to sleep and don't want to live no more. But we don't
ask for help.
We don't cry no tears. We know walking through hell, it can take some years. But we don't blame no one, cause it may be our fault. We may be all the names that we've been called. And maybe we're losers, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And we ain't afraid of hard times pass. And there will be dark nights, but they don't ever last. We ain't waiting for sunlight, we're pouring out gas. We're proud to be the problems light a match. And maybe we're losers, maybe we're...
Hold on. Let's do it one more time. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Oh, thank God.
There will be afraid of...
I just had a panic moment. I'm sorry, I had to kind of stop here. I had a panic moment because I was recording stuff earlier through my VR headset, and I have to change my inputs and outputs, and I forgot if I changed them back or not, and I thought I was just doing this reaction, and we were going to have no audio, but I checked, and it's fine. We're fine. Moving on. Let's go. Hold on.
I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And we ain't afraid of hard times pass.
Yep.
And there will be dark nights, but they don't ever last. We ain't waiting for sunlight, we're pouring out gas. We're proud to be the problems light a match.
All right, we ain't waiting for sunlight. Okay, so hold on. He's talking right here. He's not afraid of hard times. Hard times will pass, you know. And it gets dark. Dark doesn't last, right?
There will be dark nights, but they don't ever last. We ain't waiting.
We're not waiting for sunlight. We're pouring out gas and then lighting a match. we're gonna create our own light in the darkness. We are responsible for our own light in the darkness. We're not waiting for sunlight. We're not going to be passive and wait. Okay? We are going to go ahead and create the light that we need. That's fucking hard, man. That's just it. That's just so profound right there. Let's go, Tom.
There will be dark nights, but they don't ever last. We ain't waiting for sunlight, we're pouring out gas. We're proud to be the problems light a match. And maybe we're losers, maybe we're wrong, maybe we're bad guys.
I'm sorry, that gas and sunlight and lighting a match, that just hit me just the right way. I'm in love with that. That is just brilliant. Let's go.
Losers, maybe we're wrong, maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And maybe we're losers, maybe
this song's awesome, man.
Maybe
this beat, the melody, like the guitar, dude. So good.
Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve.
Okay, somebody mentioned on the last video that there was not a Nova, video by Nova or whatever at the end. So the last couple, has he been doing like solo without her? And what is the reasoning behind that? I mean, I'm sure it's nothing, but it is. They pointed it out in the last video, and I'm like, huh, that is odd. And now I'm seeing it again in this video. That's odd. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments, like, is she not working on his videos anymore, or what's going on there? But yeah, this is a fantastic song. Great message, as usual. Perfect for a Tom's Day. That'll do it, though. That'll be the reaction. Thanks for watching. Mog Games is out. Peace.